people get stuck in this rut, they should do what Lauren and I did. So we're going to the graveyard. I said, let's walk down these aisles and see a name that we like. Joe, you won't believe what we found, man. We can travel around the world. We can have new homes. I know you want more. We can make things happen. We can make it a better world. Come on, Joe, get up. No response. There's 2 dates on there. There's a birth date and a death date. The interesting thing is between every one of those birth dates and death dates, every single one of them, there's a dash. The question is, what are you going to do with the dash? Keep growing. I believe in you.
All right. Hey, good evening, everyone. I hope everybody's doing absolutely amazing. Want to welcome everybody into our special session tonight. What are you going to do with the Dash Challenge? This is all about the JR Challenge, you guys, and some of the top achievers in our company, rocking and rolling, making strides to grow their unfranchised business while they continue to bless and serve other people and grow a successful unfranchised business. As you can see, here's some of the criteria that they hit, and it's all about helping people with our amazing products and services, as well as identifying some sharp people that want to be entrepreneurs in today's world. And so I'm going to jump right into it tonight. I hope everybody's doing fantastic. If you wouldn't mind throwing in the chat your name, where you're from, we love to find out where everybody's from joining us here tonight. And please welcome in 3 of our challenge achievers for the What Are You Going to Do with the Dash Challenge. We have the amazing Melody Sopa and Mary Wu and Julie Landseedel joining us here tonight. Popping in with us. All right, fantastic. So excited to see all of you joining me here tonight. So first and foremost, we're just going to go round robin on this, and I'll call out a name, and I would love to know, where you're from, maybe what your background is, and why you decided to make the commitment to go for the What Are You Going to Do with the Dash Challenge? And let's go ahead and start off with Mary.
My name is Mary Wu. I'm actually from Toronto, Canada, representing Canada. The reason why I chose to go for the challenge is I've always heard leaders saying, if you want to be successful, go for the challenge. And previously I used to be really, really scared because I was like, oh my God, I don't know if I'm going to be able to achieve this. So I never did it. But I think what really got me thinking about it is, one, obviously, when you really look at what are you going to do with the Dash, what JR talks about is you don't want to live a life of regret. You don't want to look back at your life and think, oh my God, I wish I could do those things and I never did. You want to be able to be a good role model for your family, for your children. So when I actually went for the leadership conference, and you know how the first event was sort of really remembering JR, that made me think, you know what, JR has done so much for us. And I think we are not pulling our weight to sort of, really help him feel proud and what he's done for us. So that's when I said, I'm going to make a commitment that I'm going to go for this challenge. And it was also to make sure that I can inspire my team to follow in my footsteps and do what I'm doing so that we can all achieve this success. I don't want to be the only person over here talking. I want my whole team to be here and all of them achieving success. So that was my reasoning why I wanted to do it, so I can be a role model for them. Thank you.
Fantastic, Mary. Love that. Okay, let's pop over to Julie.
Hello, everyone. I am Julie Landseedel. I am in Bismarck, North Dakota. My profession is I'm a family nurse practitioner, and I absolutely love Market America. So it's in my DNA, as JR taught us. So why the challenge? I mean, I have to say that I love challenges. This is probably not a surprise to some of you who know me a little bit, because I like checklists for success. I feel like the checklist that we were given by JR and by the company help with our growth. I mean, that's where, like, stay on the yellow brick road. How do you get to, what's the next step? And they, teach us everything we need to know about the basic 5 and keeping us on track. And honestly, also, watching the video in the beginning, I was getting emotional because honestly, I wanted to hit the challenge to make JR proud of me. And I wanted to honor him just like I did with the 53 challenge for Dennis. So, I mean, as well as the keeps us on track and everything, it was also an honor to, we learned from the best and we should be doing what he taught us. So that was, my reasons for looking forward to this challenge.
Love that. Way to go. Way to go. And last but not least, Melody.
Hi, everybody. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. Melody Silpa from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And I feel like it's that time, you hold off and like, all these people are on stage and they've been consistently hitting these challenges and they're so successful. Like I could never. And that like self-doubt and that disbelief in yourself. But there was something about this challenge with it being something that JR thought of. I mean, granted, he's thought of literally everything, but this one specifically just really touched my heart and I wanted to make him proud. And it's all about leading by example. And if you don't do it, how do you expect your team to do it? And so I wanted to show up for JR. I wanted to show up for myself and just to continue to reframe my mindset of yes, I can and yes, I will, and set that tone for my team.
That's awesome. And what's your background, Melody, for everybody?
I am a licensed esthetician and professional makeup artist.
All right, beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm gonna go backwards, Melody. So you're going first on this one. So I'm sure, in your life, everything's just perfect. Everything just always falls in line perfectly. There's never any obstacles. But if there was an obstacle that happened, was there any challenges trying to go for the challenge where you're like, I had to overcome a few things? And if there was, what would those have been?
Absolutely. So overcoming, we can control ourselves and we control how we think and how we feel and the actions that we take. We can't control other people. As much as I would really love that, especially with my fiance, I wish I could control him, but I can't. So there's only so much that you can do, and people are people. And I've just learned that we can have expectations for ourselves. It doesn't mean that those people that you're trying to help grow and you see the potential in those people, it doesn't mean that they see it themselves. They can only go as far as they are willing to. So that's just constantly a challenge in anything in life, but especially when it comes to you're trying to hit a challenge or you're working to grow your business to help people that need it the most. But sometimes it's people that need it the most are the most challenging. So I would just say people and life, and you can't take things personally and meet people where they're at. It's not always the right time. And then you just move on, because I'm going on the train and I'm going to keep going forward. You're going to either get on with me or you're going to be left behind.
Come on. There you go. I love that. That's fire. That's good. All right, Julie, same question.
Okay, so probably I would agree with Melody on that. People are usually the challenge, but actually I would say if I had to pick specifically, it was getting people together, because we're still in the world of trying to get people back together, and with more specifically the topics of a business presentation, so a HBP or a UBP. So I would feel for me that has been the biggest challenge. So most of the business presentations that I have shown have been a 2-on-1, which is, so it's me and another business partner and a new person. Yes. And so I'm still doing what we've been taught to do. I would just prefer a room full of people. Of course, it's not always about what I want, but that's what I would prefer. That has been probably the biggest challenge, is having a room full of people and doing a business presentation, doing more still around the kitchen table. Or in an office or via Zoom. So that's where maybe the struggle was for me. But we still can find the people. We just have to customize it a little bit smaller.
That's it. You had to pivot, you adjust to what you got to do. I mean, I showed up to do a home business presentation last night in Sarasota, and I literally was filming a video. As I got there, you couldn't find a parking spot on the drive. People parked in the person's front lawn. You know what I mean? There was like cars all the way down the street, and it was like, let's go. But again, it just depends, and where do you live? What's going on? And you have to adapt. So I love that. Fantastic. Mary, how about you? Any obstacles?
Absolutely. I don't think if life would be fun if there were no obstacles. So I think in my case, I actually forgot to mention that professionally, I'm actually a human resources manager with a really high stress job. So I think balancing business plus having a full-time job, I think was the challenge. So sort of really looking at making sure that, putting the business front and center, because that is the business that's going to give me what I need from my dream perspective. So really being more focused and disciplined in how I was going to balance both these things. But the other thing I think that really got me to do the challenge was there was a bit of slowdown that was happening in my team. And I needed to make sure that I was the one who was sort of creating that momentum. And so what I did is the best way is, sometimes I used to remember my leaders saying, if your team members are not doing what they're doing, find people who want to do it so you can create that environment. So that's really what I did is I reached out to quite a few of my customers. And I always say is your customers will be your best business partners. So sort of had a chat with them. Obviously, they all love the products, great result. And the next thing they know is they wanted to help more people. So really getting those people on board has been really helpful because they have started to create that momentum, that excitement that we need in order to keep on moving forward, correct? And we always say it's always fun to work with people who have the same vision and mission, because then it becomes, and JR always said, have fun in this business. So that's what I think this challenge has really helped us to create that kind of an environment. Obviously, we're not stopping. We want to continue growing. But I think I just needed to do that for my team in order for us to move forward.
Yeah, that's great. Speed of the group, speed of the leader. We got to step up and be the leader. And that goes for anybody listening or, watching this right now. It's up to us. We got to be that leader. Some people think it's like one day you've arrived and now you're the leader. You just got to say, no, now I can lead today with what I already know today. And let's not get analysis paralysis, right? So we got to take action. So I love that. Now, Julie, let's start with you on this one. And I'm going to throw one out here. And that is this: in the challenge period, what would be maybe the number one tip of something that is working amazing in your business that you can share with everybody as a nugget, whether it's selling products or approaching people with the business, or what's in the wheelhouse right now that you got major traction on that, maybe somebody could steal listening to this?
Well, major traction is products. It's product sales and wellness and helping people feel their absolute best. Using the tools that we have in our unfranchised, the health questionnaire. I use those every day in my office. And so it doesn't matter what your profession is. I use the same tools that have been created for us within Market America. So doing that. And so wellness is just it. Everybody's looking to feel better in some sort. I don't care what aspect it is. Some people are seeking health and wellness and just to feel better. And from that, I did go back and look all of my business partners from the past year, because Jim had asked me this one time. Every single one of them that has partnered with me was a previous customer of mine who had liked the product. And I will admit, my goal is always to have people ask me about the business. That's just kind of a thing that I have. I want them to love the product because then it's an easy transition. And so all of them this past year have asked me more about the business after loving the product. So helping people change their lives is just the way the business grows for us.
Love that. Love that. So, and are you referring to the health survey, the downloadable paper,
The downloadable health survey? Yes. Yes. That's
Simple.
A fabulous one. And then there's the PowerPoints, and then there's the quizzes on each NutriPhysical and the TLS Slim. I use those every single day.
Love it. Love it. So great. Okay, Mary, let's jump over to you on that one. Best tip.
Best tip, I think I'm going to be following in Julie's footsteps because we are a big health and wellness team. I mean, I've built my entire team on that. So I think being the product of the product is very, very important, because if you're talking health and you are not healthy yourself, I don't think anybody's listening to you. So we focus a lot on, making sure we are using the products. So, and we educate our partners a lot on, the products, testimonials. And with our clients, what we did that sort of really helped is, going back to what Julie was saying, it was difficult to get people back. I started to host a lot of health and wellness events. And so we would bring people to my home. We would sort of, talk about, educate them on various aspects of health, share with them some supplements. We love the experiments that we learned from Dr. Deidre Mason. So we do that every time. And we trained our team to do it so that they could do it with their clients and with everybody else. And I think trying the products in your home sort of really helped, because then, you were able to make sales. And we are big on retailing. So the retail was never an issue. I think it's always the prospecting and the recruiting. And actually, these health and wellness events helped us to then have the conversation about business, because we would always say there's a business behind this business, and behind these products. If you're ever interested, let us know. And then that would lead us to showing them the business. So I always say product of the product, everybody needs to believe in what you are taking and be good consultants. I find it's very, very important. So I always teach my team is you have 2 ears and 1 mouth. So make sure you're asking questions and listening, and then providing a solution to what your clients are looking for, because that will give you those lifelong customers who will keep on coming back to you because they trust your opinion. They know that you care about them, and they know that you're going to be directing them in the right direction. So I think that's my advice to people is create great relationships with your clients and your business partners, because they're not going to leave you. They'll be with you for a really long time.
Love it. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, Melody, how about you? Top tip.
So I would say a top tip for me is just being real, being yourself. There is no one else like you out there. You are beautifully and wonderfully made, and getting to know your strengths and really honing in on those, also paying attention to your weaknesses and having a mentor to help you sharpen those weaknesses, or maybe like have them kind of take the reins and things that you're not so strong on. So it's okay to feel like you're not good at everything. It's good to be aware and self-aware of what your strengths are. And exactly what the other lady is, product of the product. My life and my blood and my DNA is Market America. Everything, where my furniture, toilet paper, everything. And so you can't talk to me without hearing about a product or a service or something. So people relate, and they can tell if you're being real and authentic or not. They can tell if you're just like reading off of a pamphlet or a script and it just sounds really rehearsed. And they're not going to like that, and they're not going to want to talk to you anymore because they feel like they're just going to be a number. But we want to build authentic, real relationships with people. So I know those are a lot of tips in there, but it's basically all connected into one. Being yourself, knowing who you are, highlighting your strengths, and being a product of the product, and just be you. And don't be weird.
Don't you? That's the key, right? Don't be weird. Like some people are like, fake it till you make it. I'm like, don't fake nothing. Like you said, just be. I get what people mean when they say that sometimes, but really, like you're saying, and I think what everybody's saying on the line here is we got to authentically be ourselves. And it's not about being perfect. It's about taking action again with a smile, with a big heart, and let's help people. Right. So, all right, Mary, let's jump over to you. So, what's one of the top lessons, if you had to pick a lesson, and I know this is a very challenging question, but if you had to pick a lesson that you have learned from JR that has helped you either in your personal life or in your professional life or both, what would be, the top lesson?
I think to be a servant leader, that's what I actually hear, because I think this business sort of really, when I started the business sort of 7 years ago, I come from a very corporate kind of an environment, and there everything is like there's a hidden agenda, like, nobody's sort of helping you because they generally want to. So I found that in this business that really helped is we remove the word I and we are always about we, and without the we won't be here. I think I won't even be here even with this challenge if I didn't have my team to support me. So I think being a selfless leader, really helping more and more people, just the philosophy of what our business is about, I really, really love, because it really helps you make a difference in people's lives. Like I always say, you're in a job and you do what you need to do, but you never are able to make that impact. But in this business, you absolutely can. So I love that, because that's how we want the world to be. But unfortunately, it isn't. But this world of Market America really gives us that opportunity to do that. And I'm so grateful to JR for that.
Love it. Perfect. All right, Julie, let's go to you on that. Same question.
Yeah, I have two of them. I can't go to one. One is JR made me believe in me. And he said it right on the video, I believe in you. And that's one thing, he made me believe in me, and something that I didn't know I could do, because I'm a health provider. I didn't know about growing a business. And I've been able to marry my passion of what I do professionally into this profession, and it's one. And he made me believe that. The other thing is big time is you cannot teach what you do not know. You cannot lead where you will not go. And I take that one to heart 100%. And even, because people do need to see what you do. You have to kind of be the leader, but I have to remind myself also what I did 5 years ago or 10 years ago. The new people in the business don't know what I did 5 years ago. They see what we're doing today. So teaching and leading is an ongoing thing. It's not just I did it one time. And because if we want our business to keep growing, we have to keep teaching and leading and doing that. So that has always been my phrase from when JR said it the first time I ever heard it. And I remind myself of that as we keep moving forward, because we all struggle. We all have days that we're like, oh, how it is. And though that quote just keeps me going from what he said.
Perfect. Love it. Okay, Melody, how about you?
If you repeat the question.
Oh, the question is, what would be the top lesson that you have learned from JR at some point in the past that you have used both, in your personal life possibly, or professionally with your business? What would be one of the top lessons?
JR, I feel like every time you would hear, especially one of his closing speeches, like I've been to 11 conferences, every single time, like it would be long, but there would at least be one nugget that would hit me on my way home. And it always did. So sometimes you just need like time to reflect and process. And I feel like that's just the way my brain works. So with him, he really, and this isn't just me, and I'm just repeating what everybody else said, and maybe in just a different way, so I apologize, but he just believed in you. Like, there was no other option other than belief. And ever since I started my business, am I where I'm at today that I thought I was going to be at 10 years ago? No. It's 100% my responsibility. I have complete control. And every time we would go to ICON or our convention or MAIC or World Conference, he just has this way of getting a hold of you. It's like of what are you doing? What are you doing? He would point at the Joe, his birth date to the death date, and the dash, which is like the whole point of this challenge, is what are you doing with the dash? What are you doing? And so, and then he would say these things like, yeah, what am I doing? Like, what is going on? Like, why am I preventing myself from doing these things that I know that I'm fully capable of? You have to retrain your brain. You have to read your goal statement. You have to listen to audios. You have to surround yourself with people that are wanting to level themselves up and see things in you. And you're choosing to say like, yes, I know, I can, and I will, and I must. And it's all about your mindset and just knowing that if JR believes in you and he created this company for the average person, then you can do it. You just have to make that decision in your mind to do it. Every morning, I'm making a decision to wash my face and brush my teeth and put my skincare on and have my supplements every single day. So sometimes it can feel grand and big and overwhelming, or I don't know my 5-year plan. I don't know my 1-year plan. I don't know where I'm going to be in 6 months. Take it one day at a time. At least for me, I get very anxious and overwhelmed very quickly. You know, I run multiple businesses and a lot of them are by myself. So when I make it smaller, it's just more doable and more tangible. And I feel like JR made this system and started a guide. Like, you have no other choice. It's just a matter of time before you meet your goals.
Yeah, that's perfect. Love it. Hey, I'm going to start back with you, Melody, on our final question here. And that is, why should UFOs unfranchise owners attend ICON International Convention? Like, when you think about what a ticket has done for you, what can it do for other people?
So think of it this way. If you register to go to a college university and you never go to classes, how do you expect to graduate with a degree? You got to show up. So if you don't show up for yourself, at least show up for the generations to come. So I will say it is for me, and I work in the wedding industry. When I don't know dates, it is very hard for me to plan my life a year in advance, especially in August. It's a very busy time. Last August, I canceled a contract and I moved it to give it to somebody else, wedding makeup, so that I could come to convention. I'm so glad I did. This weekend for this year is my bachelorette party because I'm getting married in a couple months. So I'm coming to half, flying out on Saturday, and then going to my bachelorette party and my birthday weekend, which I had planned over a year ago. So am I going to be exhausted? Yes. Is it going to be worth it? And am I going to regret going to ICON? No. So life happens, things get in the way. You just have to find a way to make a commitment, and it may be a little uncomfortable. You're going to have to make some sacrifices, but if I can make it work, then you can make it work.
So great. So great. Solving problems, eating them for breakfast. Here we go. There we go. Mary, let's jump to you on that question. So getting to International Convention ICON, thoughts on that?
So I think I'll share my experience 7 years ago when I started. So I know when I started, my senior partner was like, Mary, you need to go to the conference. You need to go to the conference. And I'd never done any business. I'd never done this kind of a business. I had no clue why they kept on telling me to go to the conference. So I was supposed to actually go to Europe, and then I said, okay, cancel. I'm actually committed. I'm going to do this business. So if the leaders are telling me to go, I'll be a good student and I will go. So I think that's one of the things you have to learn is when your leader tells you to do something, it's for your good. So listen to them. So I showed up, and obviously it was completely mind blowing because I was quite impressed. I walk into Greensboro and you see all these banners saying, welcome to Market America conference. I was like, oh my God, this company is huge. And then I walk into the Coliseum and you see 30,000 people over there. Then I was like, okay, this is a real business. And when I started, I didn't believe in the business. I didn't believe if I could make any money in the business. But going to the conference, we always talk about the belief. You need to have the belief first before you do anything. So that's where the belief came. And, just listening to JR, his passion and, what he wanted us to do just helped me get fired up. And I was like, oh my God, these are just ordinary people who are there. I want to be them. So that's what really helped. And I came back and I was really fired up and I kept on going. And I would say it's really helped because every conference I try to bring as many business partners there because they are able to see the light, they get inspired, and then they come back and do what they need to do. So it's all about motivation, education, and helping them take accountability for their business.
So great. Thank you. And Julie Lancedo.
What's that ticket going to do for you? So I have to say, first of all, just listening, being on the screen here with the three of you has me 10 times more motivated than I was an hour ago. I'm so excited. I need to go show a business plan or sell a product, and I can't wait to get to ICON. So can you imagine that 10,000 times with that amount of people? It just makes it fabulous. The energy, you have to educate yourself, like Melody said. There's an education process that goes with that. But I'm going to tell you specifically, because when we talk about, what we've received in life or what have I gotten from Market America, that's what I'm going to share with you. So what has this ticket done for me? This ticket for me gave me my first magic moment in 2012 when I went to my first convention. It was literally the last hour when JR was talking. That is always my favorite part of convention. And it gave me that magic moment. And it literally, and my daughter was with me at that time, and we literally cried. I will never forget that. You could call her right now and ask her the magic moment of Market America. She would tell you that time at convention. This ticket also, what did it give us? It gave us the fact that my daughter met her future husband at a conference, at a convention, all because of a ticket. I have a son-in-law. Everything could disappear today, but that has literally impacted our lives. The people that we have met, the people that help me on a daily basis when I have questions with things, they're all people that I have met from Market America. That's what that ticket has given me. What else has it given me? It's given me the fact that I'm going to be a grandma in 2 weeks or under, all because of a ticket that my future son-in-law was at. And I have to tell you, my daughter called me this past weekend crying when she received a commission check. A commission check came, let me get emotional, and she was crying because she said, babies cost a lot of money, Mom. And a commission check came today, and she said, I'm so happy. And she couldn't wait to go tell her husband. And she also realized she had $1,300 and retail profit from our credit on account that she didn't realize was there, all from Market America, because we bought a ticket and went to a convention. So I can't say enough of what Market America has done for me. And just like looking at what can this ticket do for you, you really can't even imagine it, because I couldn't imagine today or 10 years ago where I would be today and how blessed we are with our life from that one ticket.
Absolutely. Well, listen, if you are a guest on the line here, especially, or you're a new unfranchised owner, or you're somebody who's on the fence of saying, hey, should I come to International Convention 2023, Greensboro, North Carolina, then you definitely want to get with the person who invited you on the line here and ask them to share with you a video that was just done, I think, about a week ago Wednesday with our COO and president, Mark Ashley, on everything you need to know about International Convention. And when you hear everything that we're going to be sharing at this event, you're going to understand fully why you need to be there present. Because at our events, do we like to have fun? Of course we like to have fun, because like JR says, the number one rule is you need to make everything fun. However, you are going to learn a lot of information. Your wrist is going to get sore from taking notes. And I guarantee you're going to take things away from that weekend that you're going to be able to implement into your life. That's going to make you more valuable in the marketplace. It's going to make you more valuable in the relationships with the people around you. It's going to help you in many, many different ways. We're going to be able to steal information and just make you a lot better, let alone being able to build a successful unfranchised business. My wife and I have been with the company for over 24 years, you guys, and have raised 5 kids with this business. And I can tell you, every year in August, it used to be at the beginning of August, and it was always on our daughter's birthday, August 4th. But guess what? We were at every single convention because we were with our kids the rest of the time. And that's what this business can provide for you too. But you got to be one who takes action. So I would like to thank our esteemed panel here, Mary, Julie, Melody. Way to go. Way to hit the, what are you going to do with the Dash Challenge? Wait till you get to see some of the perks that come along with that, by the way, at International Convention, some of the things we're doing to raise the roof on that. And so high five on that. Keep growing, and we can't wait to see you guys at ICON. Thank you for being on.